The capital of the United States of America has been Washington, D.C. since 1790. But did you know that before that, for a brief time, New York City was the capital? And no, this wasn't during the Revolutionary War. New York was the capital after the Constitution was ratified in 1789. In fact, when the first Congress convened in New York in 1789, there were some big advantages to being the capital. For one thing, it was much closer to the center of the country than any other city. Okay, that's not actually true. At the time, the country extended only as far west as the Mississippi River, so it was actually much closer to the eastern seaboard. But it was still closer than any other city. Also, New Yorkers had the satisfaction of knowing that their city had been chosen over that of Philadelphia, which at the time was still bitter about being left out of the new Constitution. But despite these advantages, there was a major downside to being a capital, namely that the government couldn't afford to rent office space in Manhattan. So after just 1 year, they packed up and moved to Philadelphia where they could at least afford to exist. They stayed there for 10 years until the capital was moved to its current location in 1800. But why is it called Washington? D.C. anyway. Well, when the capital was moved in 1790, it was decided that the new capital would be built on the Potomac River, but not in Maryland or Virginia, because those states already had capitals. So it was built in a swampy area across the river from each of them in a place that didn't belong to either state, a place that would become the District of Columbia. It was named after George Washington, who had been strongly in favor of the location being on the Potomac. Today, the Capitol building is home to the federal government, President, and the Supreme Court, as well as a whole bunch of tourists. In fact, about 6 million people visit every year to see the Capitol building, which makes it one of the most popular tourist destinations in the country. This is your host. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.